Hello everybody, Boy and Dulabic here. Welcome to Filmmaking today. So, are you the proud owner of the Microsoft Surface Pro 4 and are wondering if you should upgrade to maybe the HP Spectre x360? Or maybe you're just wondering what the difference is between those two? Well, stay tuned. If you are in a situation like myself and have the Microsoft Surface Pro 4 and are wondering if it's worth switching over to the HP Spectre x360, or if you just would like to know the difference between the two devices, well, this video is for you. This won't be a full review of either of the devices. If you are interested in that, I do have one on both. Links will be in the description. So let's get started with the specs. When it comes to the Surface, this is a dual-core i7 processor with 16 gigs of RAM, 250 gigs SSD hard drive, and it's a 6th gen Intel dual-core Iris 540 integrated graphics card. When you compare it to the Spectre, that is a quad-core i7 processor, also 16 gigs of RAM with 500 gigs of SSD, and this is an 8th gen 620 Intel GPU. Both of these are integrated GPUs. Now, obviously, the specs on the Spectre are better. There's no doubt. It's an 8th gen processor compared to a 6th gen, and it's a quad-core i7 as opposed to a dual-core. So that definitely impacts the performance. And when it comes to the performance, here's a simple test I did. So I took a clip that's 8 minutes and 47 seconds long. The original resolution was 1478 by 1006 with a data rate of 2.44 megabits per second. And I converted that to a clip with a resolution of 1280 by 868 with a data rate of 1.14 megabits per second. And I used the application Handbrake. With the Surface, it took 8 minutes and 3 seconds. And with the Spectre, it took 3 minutes and 37 seconds. So clearly when it comes to the performance, the Spectre wins. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Now next, let's talk about the battery life. The Spectre has a fast charge battery. HP says that it will last up to 13 hours. That's obviously a huge exaggeration. Depending on your usage, you'll get 5-6 hours of regular usage and about 3 hours of really intense hardcore usage if you're doing video work, 3D modeling, and those types of things. The Surface is actually very similar to that. You're gonna get about 3 to 5 hours, so a little less. It'll be closer to 5 hours if it's regular usage and closer to 3 hours if it's, again, heavy duty video work, 3D modeling, and all that kind of stuff. So the HP does perform better when it comes to the battery, but honestly not that much better. When it comes to the pen, the Spectre does come with a pen that is made by HP. It is a bit lighter than the Surface one, and it's not as programmable. It has 2 buttons, and HP does have an app that allows you to program the buttons. However, the Surface, in my opinion, is much more flexible, and also it is a better pen. There's less click errors, and overall, I feel that it is slightly better than the HP one. When it comes to the keyboard, the Spectre keyboard overall, it's a really good keyboard. It's got nice travel. There is backlight. Unfortunately, it's only one level for the backlight. It would be nice if it had multiple levels. When it comes to the silver model, the one I have, it is harder to see the keys sometimes just because it is silver. If you get the black model, that's a lot easier to deal with. So something to keep in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that the home and page up and page down buttons are located to the right of the device, which means all buttons are slightly shifted to the left. This can be annoying for some people, and it has happened to me a few times where I would hit the wrong button because I'm used to, muscle memory, you're used to where the buttons are. So having that shift does require a bit of retraining when it comes to muscle memory. Now, it's not a deal breaker by any means, but it is something to keep in mind. When it comes to the Surface, first of all, the keyboard is an additional purchase, so something to keep in mind. You can detach it, so that's good, which allows you to use the device in full tablet mode. Overall, the keyboard is actually pretty decent. It is backlit, and it has several levels when it comes to lighting, so that's good. It's definitely easier to read because it's a darker keyboard, at least the one I have. It's a black keyboard, so it's definitely easier to read than the silver one on the Spectre. However, the Alcantara fabric is not the greatest, I have to say. Yes, it looks fancy and all that, but in the long run, it does wear out and it can get damaged. So that's something to keep in mind. If I was Microsoft, I'd give us an option that does not have Alcantara. It's not the greatest. Now, also, given how Microsoft designed the keyboard or the Surface itself, it does make it less lappable. Unlike a regular laptop that you can just put on your lap and work, this one is not quite as quote-unquote lappable. However, it's actually not as bad as some people think. After a while, you do get used to it, and I've used it on my lap plenty of times, so it does require a bit of a retraining, but it's definitely usable if you want to put it on your lap. Now, when it comes to the ports, the Spectre has a USB Type-A port, 2 USB Type-C, both with Thunderbolt, a micro SD card reader, and a headphone jack. And it also has a fingerprint reader, which is really nice. Now, it would be nice to have a USB Type-C port on each side of the device as opposed to having them on one side, but it's better than not having any of them. As mentioned, the fingerprint reader is great. It is harder to reach where it is located, so I do wish that they had put it maybe on the top of the keyboard or somewhere else. It works great, but sometimes it's just harder to reach. When it comes to the Surface, it definitely lacks when it comes to ports. It does have one USB Type-A, so that's great. It has no USB Type-C. That's simply because of the age. I mean, it is a 3-year-old device. It does have a mini display port, so that's great. And you can get Microsoft's dock that allows you to hook up 2 external monitors to the device. It also has Microsoft's charging port, also a micro SD card, and headphone jack. When it comes to the display, the Spectre is a full-on 4K display, at least the model that I have. It is also available in Full HD. I chose to get the 4K one, and the display is truly amazing. Everything looks great on it. Now, some apps don't scale properly. That's unfortunately just reality with some developers. They still haven't optimized their apps to work with a 4K display, so that's something to keep in mind. Now, if you get the version with the Full HD display, your battery life will definitely be better, so that is something to keep in mind. Also, HP recommends you run the display at 300% when it comes to upscaling. Personally, I find 250% works better than 300. I find 300, it's too big. Everything's just too big, but that's just personal preference. Also, the small bezels do make it a bit difficult to use the device in tablet mode. So another thing to keep in mind, when it comes to the Surface, this is actually I guess it will be a 2.5K. It's definitely not 4K, and it's definitely higher than Full HD. The resolution is 2736 by 1824. In this case, 200% upscaling is the recommended percentage, and that works fine. Again, some apps won't display properly, the same reason as with the HP one, although in this case, because it's not 4K, you're going to have less issues with that. You're still going to have those issues, but they will be less than with a 4K display. Now, in this case, you do have bigger bezels, which definitely works a lot better when you use the device in full tablet mode. You're not going to have issues where you're going to accidentally touch something on the screen as you're holding the device, which definitely works a lot better than the Spectre. When it comes to the weight, the Spectre comes in at 1.3 kilogram, which is about 2.8 pounds, and the Surface comes in at around 786 grams, which is about 1.7 pounds. When it comes to the noise, the Surface is definitely a bit noisier. There's no doubt about that. That fan really kicks in quite a lot. Even when you're doing lighter work, you're gonna hear the fan. Unlike the Spectre, which does get hot. They both get hot, but I do find that the Spectre, generally speaking, is quieter than the Surface. Both of these devices are really great, and if you're used to the Surface Pro 4 and don't want to spend over $2,000 on a new model, I do think the HP Spectre will do a good job. No doubt about that. Now, I do recommend getting the Microsoft Pen if you're switching to the Spectre, as it is slightly better than the HP one. The HP one is definitely not the worst, there's no doubt about that. It's a decent pen, but I do find the Microsoft one is slightly better. Now, the Kickstand is another feature to consider when switching to the HP Spectre. Even though the Spectre is easier to deal with when it comes to being an actual laptop, being lappable, and those types of things, compared to the Surface, it does lack a kickstand. Now, there are solutions to this problem. I have a video on how to use a DIY kickstand for just a few dollars. See description below. Aside from these two things, the HP Spectre x360 is a great upgrade for anyone who's used to using the Surface Pro 4. Now, if you haven't used any of these two devices and are considering one or the other, I would recommend the HP. It's a faster processor, you get more RAM for your buck, and yes, the lack of a kickstand can be a pain, but you can work around these things. Links to everything you see here will be in the description. So that's it, guys. I hope this shed some light on the differences between these two devices, and I hope it helped you out whether or not you want to upgrade or not. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, hit that bell icon to be notified of future videos, and stay tuned for more. Thanks.